Hello everyone and welcome back to Frankine Volkswagen. Picking up where our last video ended, we will now be taking a look at the interior of the new Tiguan. So if we take a look inside, on the driver's door card you have the storage bin on the bottom, and above this behind the grab handle you have the switches for the rear window lock, rear windows and front windows. In front of this is a rotary dial which will control both the left and right wing mirrors. You can also use this to activate the mirror heating system, and finally the electric fold-in feature. So if you switch the dial to the setting, wait a few seconds, the mirrors will automatically fold in. Finally above this there is a switch for the central locking system. Moving to the left we have the updated leather wrapped multifunction steering wheel. On the left hand side you'll find the controls for the car's cruise control system. So at the very top you have this switch which will either turn the cruise control on or off. The button in the center will allow you to choose how closely you follow the car in front when you're using the adaptive cruise control. You can even increase or decrease this distance by using these arrows. The button set will allow you to set your speed. Resume will resume cruise control if it has been turned off for a short period of time. Below this you have the switch to control the lane assist feature. Finally you have a slider for the volume controls which can be used by either tapping or swiping over the icons. On the right hand side you have the controls for the radio and instrument cluster. On top you have the switch for the voice control. In the center you have this directional pad which will allow you to control what is displayed on the central driver screen and toggle between the main menus. Below this you have a button labeled View which will change the instrument cluster display. Next to this you have the button which controls the heated steering wheel. Finally on the bottom you have a slider which will let you change the radio station or song. Now if your car comes equipped with an automatic gearbox you will also find the paddle shifters located behind the steering wheel. On the left you also have the stock for the indicator, high beam and a switch to control your driver assistance features. Then on the right you have the stock for the wipers which also house a switch on top for the rain sensors. Lying behind the steering wheel you have the fully digital instrument cluster which we have already touched upon. So this will display all of your relevant driving data. As mentioned before, you can also cycle through the different layouts and also control what is displayed on the screen itself. Moving to the right we have the switch for the headlights. Here you can cycle between auto, side lights and dipped headlights. If you pull out the switch on this setting you will also turn on the car's fog lights. To the left you have an 8-inch Discover Media Infotainment System touchscreen. To give you a quick summary, through the screen you can control all of the car systems including the rear view camera and your driver assistance features. Another option that is built into the system is gesture control, which will allow you to swipe through the main menus by swiping your hand. Below this you have the climate control system, which is operated by this touch panel. Starting from the right we have the switches for the heated seats. Next you have the recirculation button, which sits next to the sync button, which will sync both climate zones. The button in the center controls the airflow. To the left of this you have the switches for the rear window and front windscreen defrost. Moving to the middle you have the auto setting along with a slider which will control the fan speed. To the right you have the AC switch. Then at the bottom you have two mini sliders which can increase or decrease the temperature by swiping or tapping at either end. Finally, in the center you have a menu button which will display the climate system on the touchscreen. And alongside this you also have the off switch. Below the climate control you have a storage compartment which features a 12-volt power socket and 2 USB-C charge ports. On the center console you have the gear lever for the automatic gearbox, which is surrounded by the switches for the engine start stop, electric handbrake, hill hold assist, drive mode select, which will allow you to cycle through your different driving modes, stop start, park pilot, and your parking sensors. If we take a look in the back, we can see on the door card we have a storage compartment on the bottom, along with window controls behind the grab handle. Moving on, you have the comfort rear seats, which feature a fold down armrest. Behind the front seats you also get a storage pocket on the top and bottom. Finally, in the middle you have the rear seat climate controls and a 12-volt power socket. And also next to the ISOFIX point you will find this grab handle, which when you pull will allow you to fold down the rear seats completely flat. That brings it to the end of our video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found the video to be enjoyable and informative. If you have a question, please feel free to get in touch at your earliest convenience. Thank you all once again for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.